You're always the one who holds it together. It's the one who comforts others while quietly falling apart. It's the one who shows up even when you're barely standing. But lately, even your strength feels tired. You're not broken. You're just exhausted from carrying so much for so long. This video is for the ones who never get asked how they're doing. For the ones who carry quietly, love loudly, and keep going even when no one sees what it costs them. You don't have to earn your rest. You don't have to be okay all the time to be worthy of love. You're allowed to lay it down now. You've always been the one others rely on. The steady presence when things fall apart. It's the one who keeps calm so everyone else can feel safe. No one really asks what it costs you. They don't see the nights when your chest feels heavy from holding too much. They don't notice the way you hide your own needs to protect the comfort of others. You've learned how to manage everything so well that people assume you're fine. You're the one who gets praised for strength, but rarely offered softness. It's lonely being the one others lean on when you don't feel like you have anyone to lean on too. Sometimes it feels like strength became your only option. You didn't choose it because it felt good. You chose it because life taught you that breaking wasn't safe. Even now, admitting that you're tired feels wrong.
But that doesn't mean you're failing.
It means you're human, and even strength has a limit.
You've carried so much in silence. And just because you've done it well, doesn't mean it wasn't heavy.
You don't have to keep carrying it alone. At first, your strength was survival. It helped you get through things no one knew about. It made you capable, dependable, needed. But over time, that strength became something else. It became a performance. A way to stay safe, to avoid vulnerability, to make sure no one saw the parts of you that didn't have it all together. People started admiring how strong you were, so you kept showing that version of yourself, even when it felt fake, even when what you really needed was a soft place to land. You started believing that if you ever stopped being strong, people would pull away, that if you admitted you were overwhelmed, everything around you would fall apart, so you kept performing. But the more you wear the mask, the more disconnected you become from your own truth. You start forgetting what it's like to be fully seen, not for your strength, but for your softness underneath it. Real connection doesn't come from being perfect. It comes from being honest. And honesty begins when you let the mask slip, even just a little. No one checks on the strong one. They assume you're fine because you always are. They don't see the silence behind your smile or the way your hands shake when no one's looking. You'll learn how to hold space for others, but rarely experience what it feels like to be held yourself. You celebrate others, support them, listen deeply. But when the roles reverse, the room often goes quiet. This kind of loneliness is subtle. It doesn't come from being physically alone. It comes from feeling like no one even thinks you could need help. You want to ask for support, but you don't know how. You worry that if you're vulnerable, it'll make people uncomfortable. Or worse, they'll disappear. So you stay quiet. You keep being the one who has it together. And with every unspoken need, the distance between you and real connection grows wider. You weren't made to carry everything alone. You deserve the kind of love that holds you too. The kind that doesn't just admire your strength, but notices when you're too tired to stand. You don't have to keep proving your strength. You don't have to carry it all to be enough. You're allowed to let go without needing a justification. Letting go doesn't mean giving up. It means trusting that your worth isn't tied to how much you endure. It means releasing the idea that love must be earned through resilience. You're allowed to pause. Say, I can't today without guilt. To let someone else hold the weight for a while, even if you're used to being the one who holds everything. You've spent years showing up for others. What if this season is about showing up for yourself, not with pressure or perfection, but with rest, with quiet, with grace? As writer Yumi Sakugawa says, you are allowed to take up space. You are allowed to ask for help. You are allowed to be a mess. Being a mess doesn't make you unworthy. It makes you honest. This isn't weakness. This is healing. It begins the moment you believe you don't have to carry strength like a shield anymore. The first time you let someone see the real you, it might feel terrifying. You've spent so long managing perceptions, being the strong one, protecting others from your truth. But connection can't grow where performance lives. Being seen doesn't mean being dramatic. It means telling the truth. It means saying I'm tired and not apologizing for it. It means sitting in silence with someone who won't rush to fix you, but will choose to stay. It's not easy to unlearn the instinct to hide. You may fumble, you may over-explain, you may want to take it back. But the right people won't flinch when the mask comes off. They'll lean in, not to fix, but to witness. You deserve spaces where your vulnerability is not a problem to be solved, but a gift to be honored. Where your strength isn't your only offering, but your honesty is welcome too. Letting others see you is risky? Yes. But hiding forever costs more. You lose the chance to be loved as you are. And that kind of love, the quiet, steady, unconditional kind, only finds you when you stop pretending. Some people will only love the version of you that's convenient, the one who's composed, capable, and easy to be around. But that isn't real love. That's approval dressed as affection. Real love doesn't disappear when you break down. It doesn't retreat when you're quiet, sensitive, or unsure. It stays. It softens. It holds you in the places you usually hide. You don't have to be strong to be worthy. You don't have to be put together to be wanted. You don't have to earn love by proving how much you can take. You're allowed to be held, to rest, to cry, to be messy, human, whole. You're allowed to be loved not despite your softness, but because of it. As therapist Dr. Thema Bryant says, you don't have to set yourself on fire to keep others warm. You don't have to keep holding everything to be loved. You've carried so much for so long. But today, just for a moment, let someone carry you. You are still worthy, even now, especially now.